Welcome to Write That Down, a Probetus podcast. I am your host, Matt Fisher. To my left, as always, is the adorable? Can I even say adorable? Eorable. Phil Irwin.
Hello.
Not this again.
Right across from me is the one and only Mr. Mark Jensen. Yeah, there's no words from him, just facial expressions. And to my right is the adorable Krisi Lund. Welcome everybody. How's everybody doing today? What were we talking about before we got to start? Well, first, this is the season finale of season 3. Why are
Do you have the hand clap button for that?
I'm sure I do.
Try
it needs to
Try
be
the line again.
tears.
You got to turn it up. And I got to turn it up.
That couldn't have been any more perfect.
It really could, and it's not like I did press the wrong one, but I didn't. I don't know. Yeah, our last one.
Proof that it's
last
live.
one. Oh, and then I put the down one. Oh my gosh. There we go.
You haven't learned yet.
You'll be ready to go for next season.
Yeah, next season. I'm sure we're gonna get invited back. There's 100% chance. But yeah, we were talking about this before, and I'll just bring it up because we got to talk about something. And Paul, our producer here, had a very sad situation happen where he recorded he had an entire live episode, and then it didn't record, so he had to go through and record again. And we were all sitting here. Most of us were like, could care less. I mean, Krisi and Mark, honestly, like, did you care about Paul's plight much?
I got my own problems.
Yeah. And then Phil said,
I'm sorry, Paul.
yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
But you didn't say that. Like, you said it in a sense of like, I'm sorry.
Like it was your fault.
I personally am sorry for what happened.
Okay. And that's something that, we feel that you do that quite often.
Yeah. So I was scarred as a child.
Oh.
And so I can trace the way
We're
I
sorry.
am. I can trace the way I am back to a specific incident.
We did not talk about this beforehand.
No.
I mean, you and I have talked about this in our
I told you
counseling
about it.
sessions. And
One day you were probably like, why are you so terrible? And I'm like, well, I'll tell you why. And then I told you the story.
so do you want to share?
I suppose I could.
Well, you don't have to. I'm just asking you.
I mean, I'm not going to cry or anything.
Okay.
yet. But like many people in this world have gone to school, like kindergarten, preschool, that sort of thing. And when I started out my educational journey as a man, I was sent to a Montessori preschool. My mom was a teacher. She had just gone back to work after staying home with me for a couple of years. So I'm going to this Montessori preschool. And they would break during the day for different activities, like you had your snack break, that sort of thing. And one of the things was a water break.
One water break?
Water break. And so we'd file out of the classroom area, and there was a water fountain, but because we're all little people, there was just a little 2-stool wooden bench. You guys remember those? Like the really old-fashioned ones that like grandma always used to have. It would fold up and be in her side bathroom.
Mark doesn't. He's not that old.
I'm not that old.
So the wooden bench was in front of the drinking fountain. So I climbed up the bench. I took my drink and I jumped off of the top of the stool. It was only 2 steps tall. So this is we time like 6 to 8 inches off the ground. I jumped off of that, and one of the hall monitors stopped me. I remember what she looked like. She was ugly, mean.
Oh.
Ooh, nasty.
I only think that because of how she treated me, not because of actually how she looked. But she got after me, and she's like, "You don't jump off the bench." And then she sent me to the punishment area, which was a literal bench in the hallway, and it was isolation. So they would make you sit on the bench, and they just called it the bench. And I had to sit on the bench while the rest of the class went in and started playing. And to this day, and I remember sitting there as a kid and being like, I don't know what I did wrong. Like, I have no idea. And I don't think that I didn't like jump up off the bench. I didn't jump off the bench and like knock some kid over. I just jumped off the bench. And then I was severely punished for that. So now, 35 years later, my coping mechanism is I will preemptively apologize for whatever's going on. Doesn't matter whether I have control or not, because I don't want to feel that feeling of injustice again.
But you didn't know what you did wrong.
I still
And
don't know.
that throws me a little bit because I remember specific incidences like that in my childhood, but I know exactly what I did wrong.
I've done plenty of things wrong where I'm like, yeah, shouldn't have done that. That was not one of those times. And I don't know what this lady, she must have been having a bad day. You know, it's school, so everybody's mad at everybody. Kids are rowdy, but I was not that kid. I've always been like Mr. Rule follower. And
I honestly, I appreciate you sharing that, Phil. And I think you sharing it with us and we'll just say
the world now knows.
Tens of viewers that watch this. I think that this may heal some wounds for you, and you'll start saying, I'm sorry less.
My mom is an avid watcher and listener of the podcast, and so she'll often follow up with me after episodes and say, hey, this is funny. Like when she told me about Mark, she's like, that Mark, you really can't tell if he's being serious or not.
My parents said the same thing.
So your delivery is awesome, Mark. But anyway, she'll follow up with me on this episode, and she'll be like, because I've told her about it. It's not like it's this hidden family secret where, like, I'm so sorry I sent you to that school. Like, it was a fine school otherwise, I think. I don't know what else we'll uncover during my hypnosis session. Will maybe reveal more.
Would you call it a punishment area?
Yeah, that's what I call it now as an adult.
Like a timeout chair.
No, I was just
Phil's going to the punishment
I was just letting you guys know that, like, if somebody did something wrong at that school, you were sent to the bench.
Okay.
I have a bench story, and maybe
please.
this will help, Phil.
Okay.
I looked at the bench a whole different way. Well, when I was in school and I tried to be athletic, which I really wasn't, I sat on the bench all the time. And one time, I'd only get in the game if we were like ahead by 30 points or behind by 30 points.
Poor Mark.
And I sat there on the bench. And one time the coach said, Jensen, get in. I said, nope, sat here all the game. Why go in now? Because there's only like a minute left. Why was I going to go again? So I took the other approach instead of being sad and just said, nope, I don't want to go in.
I tell you what, there's a lot of times right now in my life I would love a timeout. I'm just going to go sit on the bench over there. Nobody talk to me.
So, yep, that was my sitting on the bench.
So what was it called? In your mind, what was the bench called? Because Phil's, it was the punishment bench.
Just a old wooden bleacher from the old peanut gyms.
Awesome. All right. So no deep-seated meaning for that bench.
Nope, just sat there and watched the games.
Sounds like he has good memories.
Mark's basically telling me, like, you should be grateful, Phil. Like, you should be
suck
happy
it
for
up,
what
man.
you got.
Because I don't have kids, but I'm trying to think like Phil's story. I only just went down the step. Sounds like a story the kid always tells. I think we should get a hold of the lady from the school and actually get her.
Ugly.
Yeah. And then
She had an
lady.
ugly spirit.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Right.
Is she like a nun or something?
No.
A ruler?
What is that? It was not a Christian school.
So it's nuns have.
Haven't your parents told you stories about the nuns? And
Yeah, that's
Matt probably lived it.
Yeah, well, no.
you go to
I
Catholic
didn't
school?
go to Catholic
Oh.
school,
Oh.
but that was a different time.
Well, the nuns took
So-
care of me, and look how great I turned out.
Exactly.
Because they ran the hospital in Park River, so my
Right.
mom could play softball for the St. Ansgar's Angels. They said, Nancy, we need another player, and she said, Mark's little. I need someone to take care of him.
Yep.
And they said, we'll take care of him. So I hung out with the nuns, and look how I turned out.
Yeah.
my grandma's sister was a nun.
I had two great aunts who were nuns. They're wonderful women.
Did they
Very,
have,
very
did,
nice,
did they have any
beautiful
kids?
souls.
Just kidding.
They did. Bazinga. They did not have children, Phil. Nuns don't have kids. All right, good talk. So now we got that out. I feel better about that, and it's all about me when it comes to Phil's feelings. So I feel better that you got that out.
I'm glad.
Good.
I think we all now have a little more insight to when Phil says he's sorry. I'm going to tell him to get off the bench.
Oh, wow. That's like a mantra now.
Yeah.
Man.
Get off the bench and
Get
get
off the
on
bench,
Mark's
Phil.
bench.
Get off the bench, Phil.
Yeah.
And I can see Matt coming in and saying, Phil, to the shed. Yes, Matt. Yes, Matt.
I'm sorry.
Our punishment area at Probitas is the shed. So when you drive by our office on 42nd, you see the shed, you'll see it differently now.
And there's going to be a new sign out there that says, Phil's home.
Yeah.
Just put Phil at the top like a doghouse.
Punishment area.
Yep.
Phil's punishment area.
All right. Well, thank you for that free flow section. Let's get to our quote of the day, and this one is kind of kind of interesting and exciting. And we didn't plan any of this out. I mean, obviously you could tell we don't plan anything. We literally just show up and start talking about whatever. And Phil's got this notebook and he writes stuff down in order. And then we just decided we're going to do each show in order. We didn't, decide how many episodes we were going to do. We got, lucrative contracts for that. So we didn't look back to see how it would match
The
up.
management decided number of episodes.
Yeah, and we were just kind of going with the flow. So the first episode was Mittens Are Hard Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Of this season.
yeah. So episode 1, season 3, Mittens Are Hard Man. So just randomly, here is our quote of the day. Custom boxes are hard, almost as hard as mittens. Phil, why in the world would I ever say something like that? Especially knowing how hard mittens are, man.
So this timeline wise in real life, this probably was only like a week or so after the original quote. Like you're being super creative. So this whole season was probably just a matter of like a week or so in real life. But we had obviously recently had the mitten conversation, and I brought a new project to you that I'd never done. It's like, hey, this client wants a custom box. So like the packaging. So instead of shopping for the item, I'm now shopping for the item packaging. And so I asked for advice, and you said custom boxes are hard, almost as hard as mittens. And then you receded back into your cave.
Right. And knowing, what you knew about mittens in that non-conversation we had, just the fact that they're a hard man, ! You pretty much understood what I was saying, right?
Yeah. At this point, it's like, okay, well, let's ask someone else.
Yeah, exactly. So what Matt is saying is, you're on your own, buddy.
Yep.
But
Move
I did
on.
let you know they're hard, but not as hard as mittens.
It's
right?
yeah, but it opened
And
up.
that's
they?
almost inspirational, though, like in the sense that you can do this because it's not mittens.
Yeah. Mittens are especially hard.
Or is it you've conquered mittens? You can do boxes.
Nobody's conquered
Yeah.
mittens. And mittens are hard, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've done mittens.
Well, you're special. You're a unicorn hunter. You
Yeah.
find things.
But was it low quantity mittens? No, it wasn't.
You don't know that.
But I do have a question for Krisi, because
Oh.
I do think she's probably the expert in custom boxes at this point. Can you tell us about any specialized packaging you've done?
Specialized packaging. Oh my gosh. I don't like boxes. I don't like custom boxes. I don't like paper products in general. I don't like forms. Yeah, not a fan. I'd rather do mittens.
You'd rather, okay.
I'll take the mittens
What makes them, like, why don't you like?
because you
Print.
have to know what's going in the box, where's the box going, what sides of it need to be printed on.
yeah.
I mean, there's just so many factors and so many things that can be done with a box, and mittens are just put your logo on them and put them on your hands and you're done.
It probably takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't like boxes.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we should have kind of a mock debate, like mittens versus boxes. And honestly, it doesn't have anything to do with swag. It doesn't need to at all. It can literally just be like, I think mittens are better because, or I think boxes are better because. And that might dig down into the deepest levels of anything that we could ever do.
You can make benches
for
out
her.
of boxes.
Right. Okay. See, all right. So we've got team
Oh, no.
boxes. Yep. Team boxes over here.
Yeah.
With Phil. I think we definitely have team mittens over here with Krissy.
team
And then
mittens.
Mark, I think you should be the moderator. And actually the judge and the moderator.
2 to 1,
And,
I can
and
do
kind of
this.
the question, you and I will kind of pepper them with some questions. But I think we'll just start this debate with just like we do, all debates, 30 seconds with your why, why boxes or why mittens.
I'm ready.
Me too.
And then,
Lightning round.
Ding, ding.
then we can have follow-up questions from Mark and I, and then we'll finish with kind of like a back and forth, Krissy versus Phil, almost like a yelling match, like they do in the political debates where it's all gone to crap, and then it's just like, no, you're an idiot. I'm going to personally attack you because of your thought on boxes, or no, mittens. Are you kidding me? So I
See,
don't.
that's what I did when I said that the person who got me in trouble was bad looking. I wasn't being serious. I was just attacking them personally because I was frustrated at how they acted.
All right. So note, Krissy, Phil is going to come at you.
Yeah, if I
like
get
a
really mad,
like a
I will
spider
attack your
monkey.
All
appearance.
right, let me toughen up my fragile ego.
All right, so I'm
I'm
gonna
ready.
flip a coin, and it's heads. And heads is
Why didn't you make the camera go away from you while you
Mittens.
didn't flip your coin?
and heads is mittens.
Figurative.
Mittens goes first with your 30-second comments about why mittens are better than boxes.
Mittens. If you don't have mittens in the wintertime in North Dakota, your hands will turn blue and fall off. That's what I tell my kids. Mittens are a survival item. Mittens are necessity. Unless you live somewhere else.
That was weak. I'm ready to go.
All right. Anything else? I think you might have 15 seconds left.
Chrissy,
I think I
Chrissy,
blew my own theory out of the water.
I think to maybe give you a little edge.
Yeah,
just
give me
tell-
something. Give me something.
Just tell Phil,
Coach.
sit on the bench,
Yeah.
and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Hold
get
that-
on the bench, boxes.
All right. Thank you for your opening statement, Krisi. Phil, please.
I'm ready.
Yeah, please go.
So boxes are a useful tool. You can use it to carry things. You can use it to store things. You can sit on boxes. You can burn them for fuel.
You can burn mittens.
Please.
Well
please,
done.
Wait.
Hold your comments.
Yeah, he has 30 seconds.
I'm speaking. Sorry.
You're ugly.
Isn't that what Kamala says?
That was 12
Anyway.
seconds. You still have like 18
Yeah,
seconds left.
I don't need any more. Boxes
Oh.
are amazing. They can be folded flat for easy transport.
I have a rebuttal.
We're not.
I have a rebuttal.
We're going to say rebuttals are now welcome in this mock debate.
Okay. I currently have way too many boxes in my house, and recycle was yesterday, and I already have more boxes. And if I don't get rid of the boxes, the small child takes the boxes to his room, fills them with stuff, and then I can't ever throw the box away. I hate boxes.
Thank you for supporting my argument from earlier.
They're terrible.
In addition to them being useful, they're also great playthings.
No.
I also have children who enjoy playing with boxes and will actually cry on the floor if I go to take it to recycling.
Do you enjoy having garbage all over your house?
I do not. I've had to
'Cause that's
come
what it is.
to grips with it because it is
It's garbage.
It's a constant battle. But what I will do is typically throw the boxes away when they're sleeping. Yep.
That's terrible.
Yep.
All right. Order. Way out of line. Mark Jensen, do you have anything you'd like to throw into this debate to get some comments specifically about usefulness or that sort of thing with boxes or mittens?
Well, let's see. You could put your mittens in the box,
No.
but you might need
No
mittens to
commingling.
carry the box
All right.
outside.
Ooh, wonderful question, and I will. I'm gonna take a pause here because it's something that happened to me at lunch today, and I want your opinion on this, and then we'll get back to it. So the question that we'll get back to is it the box or the mitten?
Which came first?
Which came first? So box or mitten, which came first? We'll get to that. So let me. That made my brain go to the chicken and the egg. Okay. So my lovely wife Abby made chicken salad for lunch. Wonderful stuff, right? Got a piece of bread. We make our special keto microwave bread because carbohydrates are nasty to me for some reason, and I don't get it either. But just
I'm sorry you feel that way.
yes, I know.
I
We're
love
not gonna
carbohydrates.
Get off
I
the
know.
bench,
We're
get off
not
the
gonna-
bench.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I forgive you. So made this as part of making it. You have to like use just the white of the egg, not the yolk. So there's always the yolk, and then
Sounds wasteful.
no, it's not, because I always fry the egg up, and then when I make my sandwich, I like having a fried egg on my sandwich. So it was chicken salad and a fried egg, and I thought to myself, this should be gross because it's two forms of chicken, and I don't know if I like that.
They call that the what is it? The parent-child meal in China.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to remember if it's
Please
China.
continue, Phil.
But like when you have chicken and egg at the same meal, like there's a name for that. I believe it's the parent-child meal. But I'm trying to remember what country it is common. I can't
Oh,
recall.
I thought you were saying that the parent was eating the child. I
Oh,
thought
no.
this was
So you're
kinda
eating
what-
both the parent and the child.
So
How
a
terrible
third
is that?
party is eating both adult and
Carnivorous.
juvenile of the same species.
Okay, so just to, I'm going to put a bow on this now because we cannot let this go any further. I was
You
right.
brought it up.
I know, I'm just saying I was right to feel weird about it, and now we know why.
Now I know why.
Okay. All right,
Home
so
wrecker.
back,
All
that was-
because of keto. Like you shouldn't be doing that stuff.
It's fine. I'm more low carb. That's what I'd say. Let's go. Let's take that commercial break. Is done. Dun 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 dun. We're back to the debate, mock debate. Mittens versus boxes. The question was, what came first, the mitten or the box? I believe the order goes to Phil. Phil.
Yeah, mittens came first.
He's totally
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mark, what did you think about that answer?
Well, I don't know. I think maybe the box came first.
All right, let's go to Krisi. Krisi, mittens or box?
I think mittens because in order
She's
to
right.
make mittens,
I agree with my
know,
opponent.
see? In order to make mittens, you need wool. You don't need a box.
So
No,
we've got now. I'm
depending
so
on how-
Mittens came first.
Depending on how you think of a box, though. Does the box have to have a top or bottom, or could a box just be the outer square? Because if that was the case,
Like a corral.
maybe the lamb or the sheep was in the box
They
before
don't.
they got the wool.
See, I was thinking
Yeah.
more like clothing because you have Adam and Eve.
Oh, we went way back.
They make a mistake. Yeah, I wanted. You said what came first. So yeah, Adam and Eve, and they got to cover themselves. So God joins them and says, "Hey, we got to kill the first animal." So then death enters the world. And what if that animal wasn't a jaguar, as I was always thought? And what if instead of it being a
I need to go back
jaguar,
to church.
that part I inserted. It was like
Oh.
what do they call it? An expanded version that I wrote in my head.
awesome.
But instead of killing the jaguar, what if it was like a lamb, like Mark suggested, and then the clothing was knitted together? It might have not
I
have
have a
been
question.
mitten per se.
You guys are killing
but
me.
it was a clothing item.
I have a question. Why
Please.
do you have to kill a lamb? You just shear it.
Oh yeah.
Stop killing the lambs.
Yeah. Have you ever heard people that like get upset about the like stop harvesting wool? And it's like you do know that it's literally a haircut. And some species of these lambs, they can't walk if you don't cut their hair. It grows so big and matted that you're actually doing the poor animal a favor and saving its life by cutting its hair. So those people need to chill out and sit on the bench.
Yeah, well, you're the one who killed it, so
Order. So in the debate where we have two sides, the box or the mittens are better. Both sides answered the question that mittens came first. So there was some movement on the box side.
well.
Can I chime in?
Ooh.
Gallery jump in?
Yeah.
Hey, we always question very judiciously whether we let producer Paul.
It's the
jump in
last
when he says-
episode. He could just press the stop record button, so we better let him speak.
I have the stop record button in front of me, and I will leg wrestle him if he tries to. All right, producer Paul, please.
Okay, so my wife hates me for this. You probably would too.
You should
But I've
apologize to
never
her.
once saw a pair of mittens and I was like, I really need to keep these mittens. But when I see a good box, I'm not getting rid of that good box.
Yeah. See, I'd agree with that for our first
right, thank
section
you.
of the argument.
Thank you, Paul,
Paul
for-
is pro box. He's comfortable with my platform. But in relation to what came first, I think clothing item because it's survival, whereas box is more utility.
However, to contradict your Adam and Eve story, during the Big Bang, when Earth was created,
Oh,
Oh my gosh! Now we're getting into creation versus Big Bang. Holy smokes! So now we've got mittens and Big Bang on one side, and we've got creation
Mittens.
and box on the other
Garden
side.
of Eden.
And a potential jaguar is involved in this, and we're killing the lamb for its.
no, I just say
wool.
if I just realized I was naked, I would want something nice, like a jaguar skin.
All right, so
well, Phil does like nice things.
he
That
does.
has been established.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I'm assuming jaguar skin is endangered. Mark, what are your thoughts on jaguar print?
Yeah, it's probably not a good thing.
Aren't jaguars black? They don't have a print.
So that's not true. That's not true.
No?
Okay. So a jaguar is both the spotted type that you see, like a leopard, for example, and then if it's all black, you now call it a panther.
Oh, okay. It's been a while since I watched a Jungle Book.
It's-
Wildcrats.
It's been a while
I
since
love the wildcats in my
I've
house.
been speechless at this.
Am I right?
podcast,
Mark
but-
was nodding. Like that's correct, right?
I believe you're
Okay.
correct.
All right, I'm on board.
So now Mark's our fact checker. You want to be Max today?
Sure.
And new name.
And Jaguar King Max. That's his new name today. I feel like in the few minutes that we have left, I would like to ask Mark if he's got any more questions or if he has made a decision on who he thinks won this debate, whether it's mittens or boxes.
Well, no, way to put the pressure on me. Well, I have a little takeaway. I want to say Krisi did hold her ground. Phil kind of, he's all pro box and kind of got on that mitten kick, So I think he was kind of switching his theory a little bit, So made me second guess, should he be the one? Is he telling us what we want to hear to support him? Or it's a fact?
So you're saying I acted like a politician where I switched to fit my audience?
Hey,
That's absurd. Who would do that?
order. Nobody asked for comments from the debaters. This was Mark Jensen's Max Jaguar's
I'm
time.
sorry.
For
I'm sorry.
Can we get like a name tag that
forgive you,
says
Phil.
Max Jaguar?
I think so.
For Mark?
And
Or just give me a Jag.
let's get Jaguar
Yeah.
skin while we're at it, and like we can make him like a whole shirt or something.
Oh my.
When you go to Florida, start shopping. For
All
me.
right, I'm on it. I'm sure there's a lot of fun stuff down there.
So I believe Mark has said in the debate, in the great debate of mittens versus boxes, mittens wins.
In your face!
Oh yeah, we didn't even get to the section where I think they did plenty of yelling at each other. And with the win, there was also the loser, and that was boxes. I literally know two buttons
Sorry,
now,
Phil.
And to the shed with you.
You're on the
Krisi.
bench.
All right. Well, I believe that is all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on another Probetus podcast. Write that down. And we look to hopefully see you next season. All right.